Someone once said a beautiful thing. If there are branches, then flowers and leaves will follow. If today is bad, tomorrow will bring good days too. A rich man hurried out of his car and rushed into the airport, his heart racing because his flight was almost about to leave. He made it just in time, boarded the plane, and settled into his seat. As the plane took off, he opened his laptop and smiled. He was relieved. He had an important conference to attend where he was invited as a speaker. People were gathering to hear his wisdom, and his life seemed perfect, successful, wealthy, and well-planned. But then nature intervened. Dark clouds covered the sky, heavy rain poured down, and lightning flashed. The captain's voice came over the speakers. Due to bad weather, we cannot continue to our destination. We will land at a nearby airport instead. The man's relief turned into frustration. He clenched his fists and muttered angrily, "This is unacceptable. I have to be there on time." When the plane landed, he stormed out, his anger bubbling over. "Where am I? What kind of service is this?" He snapped at the airline staff. A fellow passenger approached him gently and said, "Don't worry, sir. I recognize you. You're Dr. Patnick, the guest speaker for the conference, right? I'm also going there. The destination is about 3 hours away by car. You can take a cab and still make it." Though still annoyed, the man thanked him, hailed a taxi, and instructed the driver, "I need to reach my destination on time. Drive carefully, but quickly. I can't afford any more delays." The driver nodded and assured him they'd try their best. Despite the heavy rain and poor visibility, the storm grew worse as they drove. Soon, the taxi driver confessed nervously, "Sir, I think I've lost the way." Hearing this, Dr. Patnick felt a wave of anger rise again. But then he sighed, realizing he couldn't control everything. He said, "All right, just take me wherever you can. Let's get out of this mess." After driving a little further, they spotted a small house with dim lights glowing inside. The driver suggested stopping there to wait for the storm to pass. Reluctantly, the man agreed. When they knocked on the door, a kind but tired voice invited them in. Inside, they found an elderly woman praying fervently in a simple, humble room. A small child lay on a bed nearby, his pale face hinting at illness. The old woman finished her prayers and turned to them with a warm smile. "Welcome. The storm is strong, but don't worry. Rest here until it's safe to leave. Would you like some water or tea?" Dr. Patnick declined politely and asked for a phone. The old woman laughed softly. "We don't have phones here, nor electricity. This is a small village. But sit, rest, and trust. The storm will pass." As they talked, the woman shared her sorrow. "That boy over there is my grandson. His parents are gone, and I am all he has. He's very sick, and the local doctors can't help. They say there's a famous doctor in Delhi, Dr. Patnick, who can cure him. But I'm a poor old woman. How can I ever reach such a big doctor? So, I pray to God every day to send him to us." Hearing this, Dr. Patnick froze. His eyes filled with tears, and his heart swelled with emotion. He stood and said, "Mother, your prayers have been answered. I am Dr. Patnick. The storm, the flight, the road, all of it brought me here to your door." The old woman's eyes widened with disbelief, and then she wept with gratitude. She held his hands and said, "God is great. He works in mysterious ways. Thank you for coming." Life's detours often lead us to unexpected blessings. When things go wrong, trust that a higher plan may be at work. Have faith in yourself and in the universe. Nothing is impossible. The moral of the story is that life often takes unexpected turns, and what seems like a setback may be a divine plan leading us to something greater. Challenges, delays, and detours can feel frustrating, but they might be guiding us toward moments of purpose, connection, or the chance to make a meaningful difference in someone else's life. Dr. Patnick's journey, filled with obstacles, ultimately brought him to a place where his skills and presence were desperately needed. A place he would never have reached if everything had gone according to his plan. This reminds us to trust in the process of life and to have faith that, even in our struggles, a reason and a path are unfolding. When we approach life with patience, humility, and a belief in higher wisdom, we discover that every situation, no matter how difficult, holds a hidden blessing. The story encourages us to stay hopeful, be compassionate, and remember that small acts of kindness and perseverance can create ripples of change in the world. Above all, it teaches us to trust in the power of faith, faith in ourselves, faith in others, and faith in the unseen forces that shape our destiny.